What's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna be talking to y'all about the three trades I took. Kind of what happened, what went down, why what happened. Uh, this is the chart. This is the first time we've gone on the chart. Um, so this is kind of what I do. Um, I'll get into more depth of how kind of deep this goes and how far my thought process goes on everything I do. But I'm gonna do my strategy video in about a day or two. I'll bring that video out, and then once I'm doing these trade recaps, you guys will kind of have a better understanding of what's happening. Let's start off with this one. Um, let's see. Let's go on. So pretty much what I do is I go on the 5 minute time frame and I mark out all spots where price touches and bounces are kind of bounces off of. So it's either touching it, bouncing down, going up, touching it, bouncing up, pretty much, right? Some good examples of this are right here. It touches this line, comes down, comes, touches it again, touches this line, goes up, comes back down, touches this line, comes up. Like you kind of get the gist. So pretty much it's just spots where price touches a lot. Like look, if we zone out, you can see price came down and touched these levels that I've marked out. So pretty much what these blue lines represent are levels, and they're kind of like how I see the chart and how I use it to find potential setups, right? Let's go on the 1 minute now. Um, so this first trade was on Nasdaq. I trade Nasdaq, gold, US 30, and S&P 500. Those are the five or four stocks, indexes, whatever you want to call them, that I trade. And on this one, you can see the reason I didn't take this trade and why it was a winner, and but why I didn't take it, because I was trying to be a smarter trader and not trade before news, because news was at 9 a.m. and I was trying to wait till after news to trade. But I definitely could have sniped this trade easily. I probably should have, because uh, it actually hit TP before 9 even came out. So as long as I exited by like 8:55, I would have been fine, which it actually did hit TP at 8:55 exactly. Um, I trade market open, so 8:30 a.m. Central Time, and I'll also trade at 12:50 Central Time, which is during the macro, and the macro is just a certain period of time where trading's the best volatility, best smoothest way to trade, right? So it's like the optimal time to trade, right? So if we go on the 1 minute here, we can see. Actually, let's go on the 5 minute. I'll kind of show you guys what I do. So as you can see, these black little things are the wicks, right? And we're getting a, oh shoot. Okay, put that back. All right. The black things that we're seeing that are coming up, those are called wicks, right? The full close or the full candle is the candle. And that's, so it opened here, closed here, right? But it went up here. That's the wick, right? So the candles tell the story is pretty much how I trade, how I know. It's just like a common fact, and trading is candles tell the story. So we had a 2 weekage out of my support level here, and then came down. And if we look on the 1 minute, um, here, sorry. All right, if we look on the 1 minute, we get two candles up, and then proceeded to go lower, right? So why would I enter on this candle? This little line right here is my entry point. Why would I enter right here? I get a three candle uh retracement after I get the huge sell off on my level, right? With the wickage, right? That was the wick. Came down, got to close here, showing we want to go lower, right? So I enter to go lower. Boom, that hits, right? That was a good trade. I should have taken that trade. Um, I just wasn't confident because news, and I took the price for that today. Definitely never take three trades on Monday. I don't know what I was thinking. Uh, I normally want to take 1 to 2 trades a day, maybe one in the AM, one in the PM. If the PM looks to set up, but yeah. So this was our first live trade right here. If we look on the 5 minute, after news hit, right, it kind of waked up. News waked out these levels again, and then came down and closed bearish right here. So I was thinking, okay, look, we want to go lower. We wicked out just how we did here. It's doing it again to go lower, even lower on the day, right? I was wrong. Um, Actually, I wasn't even wrong. I entered way too prematurely on this first trade. This was obviously my mistakes. You can't blame anyone else than yourself on these. Um, Losses are gonna happen. It's about how you kind of into like take it into your mind and create like the learning experience. Like this loss of money actually could help me make more money in the future if I use the knowledge correct, right? And that's just with everything you do. So, right here you see these wicks on the 5 minute. We had wickage and then that closed of that bearish candle. So I was looking for shorts. Came up. We had a little. I counted this as my retracement because I thought it was going lower and entered prematurely. I should have waited till this closed. So it closed right here and then entered. That would have been a way better trade if that happened. And if it didn't happen, that's just a no trade, which it would have never happened, which would have been a no trade, which I would have not lost money. Kind of see where this is going with. Like, if I followed my exact setup to an A plus setup there, that wouldn't have happened. I let myself slip and entered prematurely, which was wrong. I was trying to get a better risk reward and my stop loss to a better spot, but yeah, that ended up costing me. My second trade of the day was right here. We had, let's look on the 5 minute. We had it came up, touched our support line, and then closed down here. I'm thinking, holy wow, right? Like that's got to be bearish, right? Um, Especially with like how my strategy usually plays out. This is usually a winner, but it's okay. Um, Came up, touched this, got our little retracement candle here, got a close right here, entered on this black candle right there. I had my stop at this, I think, yeah, it was right here. So I had my stop right there, and I had my TP right here. I definitely would have won this trade if I didn't get stopped here. Not just because I know it came up and hit my stop again, like, and then never actually touched my full TP, but I would have definitely taken partials at this level after it came down. Actually, when I entered this trade, we got a huge sell-off, right? So I'm thinking, okay, we're it's probably gonna hit TP, right? I was gonna put my break even once it got below this line, but it never got below this line, never closed below it, so I didn't do it. It came up, hit my break even, broke structure to the upside, and I exited the trade a little early before I actually hit my stop loss because I knew it was gonna hit my stop loss, right? So I saved a little bit of profits there. I actually did the same thing on this trade. I don't know if I said that or not, but it broke structure to the upside, opposite way of where I wanted it to go. Took out my position. So if you look right here, let's see, had that 1 minute retracement and then the sell off, break even. Talked about all that. Um, yeah, so that was a loss on that trade. Unlucky. I mean, it's all good. If we go to gold, this was the other kind of index or whatever metal that I traded today. On the 5 minute, this was my mock trade. I actually was gonna take this trade, believe it or not, but I went on Nasdaq and took the other trade because I saw a setup that I thought was better while I was waiting for this setup to arise. But obviously, this was the better setup. Which I should have just taken this. I was looking at this the whole time. I was waiting to take a trade. Um, so on the 1 minute, we had a fair value gap, right? Came down, gap filled, right? Came up, uh, came back down. Two retracement candles are two. So we wick out. Okay, I'll go to the 5 minutes so it makes more sense. We wick out um, the support line, right? Wick it out. Close bullish on the 5 minute right here, right? Keep going up bullish, right? We're obviously bullish at this point. Um, then after that, I would have gotten the two retracement candles here. This candle to show displacement back up to the upside, entered here, and it would have been a smackadoodle trade at 3.7 RR, which if I risked 150 there, I would have been making 450, which is more than I overall lost today. So if I took both of these mock trades and actually just took the trades that looked better today, which I knew they looked better, Crispier, the only reason I didn't trade the first one was because news, so I wouldn't have taken that trade either way, but this trade I would have taken it, but I was too busy looking at Nasdaq and lost sight of this trade. This was definitely the better trade. Um, but yeah. Let's see. I also took this 12:50 p.m. trade because I only trade either 12:50 or 8:30 market open. So we had a, let's see, we had a 5 minute. We went under the zone, but then we came back up and uh, closed way above this level. From there, I go on the 1 minute, looked for an entry. I saw this one little candle. It looks, I count it as my retrace candle. I only look for 1 to 2, maybe 3 sometimes retracement candles on the 1 minute. Um, then got the it waked out, so it went low and then came closed pretty bullish. And then this one we uh, closed even more bullish, right? So the next candle was actually a bullish candle. And then I was looking to enter right here, and I got a really bad fill. It feels kind of like your spread versus like so when you enter the trade, the spread's just like the difference between your actual where you clicked and where your entry point is. So my fill was really bad, meaning I got a really high entry point when I wanted it to be lower, right? And for that, I changed this to a 1-to-1 R trade just because we had 3 to 4 relative equal highs here that I thought we were gonna go take. Came down, filled in this fair value gap that we had, and then closed above this line right here, or right here. I'll mark it out. This little like previous high. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be TP hit because we were showing a lot of volatility here. Came through here. I wasn't worried about it. I was like, we had a bad fill, but we had to come back, right? I'm not gonna exit this trade how I usually would have just because it was a bad fill, and then came back down, inversed our. I thought it was just gonna come down here, tap this, and go higher. Inversed our fair value gap. Should have exited here. Already was mentally defeated on this trade after going through the bad fill, thinking I'm gonna win because it was showing high probability, and then the exact opposite happening. So those are my trades for today. Definitely gonna do better tomorrow. Shouldn't have traded this 1250 trade just because the volatility in the market already did die out. So that was already a mistake even looking for this setup, especially after 2 losses in the morning on a Monday. I think I was just uh not thirsty to trade, but these mock trades, seeing those hit, I was like I was confident in myself, and I should have just waited for better market conditions. But you win, you lose, right? Obviously I'm gonna take this as a learning experience. I'm not done yet. I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up because I lost one day, right? I'm gonna go more in detail on these levels, kind of like thought process, how I trade, everything. Um, and yeah, so look out for that, guys. That's really all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna go probably get this next video out in the next day or two, and hopefully y'all can learn and kind of see what I'm doing in a kind of grander scale. So yeah, appreciate you guys.